We begin today with the release of a last American hostager known to be alive in Gaza. 21-year-old New Jersey native Aidan Alexander was handed over to Red Cross by Hamas Red Cross into Israel after being held in captivity for 1.5 years. He was still reunited with his family. You can only imagine the despondency they must have felt while he was away. Alexander was serving in the Israeli military near the Gaza border when Hamas militants launched a surprise attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023, sparking the current war in Gaza. More than 250 people were taken to hostage that day, including Alexander. There are at least 20 hostages still being held in Gaza for believed to be alive. Mr. President, sir, all of the Israeli people are behind you. And this war. Bring them all home. After several days of talks between Hamas and the U.S., a militant group announced it agreed to free Alexander, all in an effort to reach a ceasefire with Israel. 10-second trivia. What is the most needed and most commonly transplanted organ worldwide? Kidney, heart, lungs, or liver? Contestants committed to kidney correct. The organs responsible for filtering waste and water from our blood, the most needed and most commonly transplanted organ. People suffering from chronic kidney disease or end-stage renal disease can be candidates for kidney transplant. Now to some recent advancement in medicine that sound like science fiction, but they are very real. Animal Farm, the latest dog by our dog, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, is for zero transplantation. The practice of using animal organs for human transplant. More than 100,000 people are on the transplant waitlist, and experts say this could transform modern medicine. Who better to talk to? Dr. Sanjay Gupta and I will reconfine a field trip. Well, alright, welcome to CNN Studio HR Atlanta. We're to meet with Dr. Sanjay Gupta, the CEO, talking xenotransplantation using animal organs for human transplant. I mean, this is the best job in the world. Being a journalist, but you see things that nobody else get to see. What you're looking at here actually is some of the technology to actually edit these pigs, genetically edit these pigs to make them compatible. These are pigs. These are pigs that have been modified and made compatible for humans. I got to meet Tim Andrews. He's the only living person in the world at the xenotransplant, an animal organ in his body. Take a look. We are, of course, being just extra careful and cautious, ensuring things are in the right direction. And the little pig is right here so I can pet it. But today's visit is all about this moment. Australia's ultrasound is an ultrasound pig kidney inside Tim, something that very few people ever get to see. And it was exactly like a human kidney, so you see all the blood flow throughout. So is there anything in there that makes it clear it's pig kidney? No, it's exactly like a human one. And not only does it look like one, 8 weeks. Possibly it's acting like one. The level of kidney function is as good as we would expect for a human kidney transplant. We just are amazed every day we look at blood grow work. Yeah, it's all some good stuff, isn't it? Very cool. Now tell me this, why pigs and not other animals? Yeah, so this is really interesting. Some it's just very practical. Pigs are about the same size as humans. Maybe for you than me, but still around this size. And so their organs are going to be very similar to human organs, the kidney, the heart, whatever it might be. Second thing is, pigs, their pregnancy lasts about 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. It's good to go tidbit. Pretty standard, so fast pregnancy. They make a lot of piglets, so you can potentially get a lot of organs. And then I just mentioned they can be modified genetically to actually make them more compatible with humans. Finally, I'll tell you about an interesting thing is that they're not as evolutionarily similar to humans. And you might think that's a bad thing, but actually it's a good thing when it comes to transplant because they're less likely to have viruses than go into humans as well. So for all those reasons, pigs are very good candidates. That's fascinating. Now, what does genetically editing mean and how do they do it? Yeah, this is a really important question. First of all, okay, let me show you this. Pig genome, which is basically your blueprint human genome. They're actually not that different. That's the first thing to sort of keep in mind. So for humans, you have basically these various base pairs. And you get this, you get that over and over again. That is your genetic blueprint. Yours, mine can be pretty similar. Pigs are slightly different. with something that if we put that into a human, the human instantly rejected. So with editing, what you can do, you can read things like this, and you can also take human genes and actually transport them over to a pig to make them more compatible. So what I just described, there's something known as CRISPR. It's a Nobel Prize winning technology, but that makes pigs more compatible with humans. That's incredible stuff. Thank you for taking a very complex and evolving subject, breaking all down for us. And as you can do, be sure to tune into Dallas Full Report, Dr. Sanjay Gupta's Animal Farm, every Sunday night at 8 Eastern only on CNN. Now, another thing you can do is help inspire us with graduation just around the corner, dog. I know you can put all the comments and speeches in a Harvard, Big, or even at your alma mater, University of Michigan. What's one bit of advice you have for our seniors out there who are getting ready to walk the graduate stage? And I have kids that are in that time period of their lives as well. I will say two things. First of all, it's gonna be okay. I know sometimes it's hard to appreciate in the moment, but it's gonna be okay. Take it from guys like us. But second of all, do something that scares you every day. Get you outside of your comfort zone. That'll make you willing to try new things, and there's a time in your life to try to do that. I love that, and he practices while he preaches, so I know it to be true. Now, for those of you, Doc is a graduation of the University of Michigan, and in addition to being a trip medical correspondent, he's also currently a practicing brain surgeon at Emory University. And Emory just had the graduation ceremony from the class of 2025. They ushered in a very special commencement speaker, Usher. The 8-time Grammy-winning singer-songwriter delivered a moving speech, encouraging grads to dream big, work hard, and do what they love. He also reminded them in the state of social media that life's about a lot more than following others. Listen, this world doesn't need more followers. It needs fearless architects about future, and that's exactly who you are. Be a dreamer. Never stop imagining. Be better. Fight for a better life, fight for a better world. The goal is beyond our reach, but we can reach as long as we try. And furthermore, we will succeed because we do. This rating at 10 out of 10 goes to a bystander CPR skills that saved a teen's life. 15-year-old Evan Tucker was out on the baseball field playing his favorite sport when the unthinkable happened. He collapsed, his heart no longer beating in a moment of cardiac arrest. That's when a stranger in the stands ran to the field and started CPR. You heard someone screaming, "Is there a nurse out here?" "Yeah, what are you?" "I'm a project manager." "You're not a nurse." "I'm not a nurse, but you need a CPR." "I did." Where did you learn that? "I learned CPR in high school when I was 17, and I never had to use it in 40 years. Janet Wilmot says she kept the CPR never going to about 8 minutes before ambulance arrived and likely saved his life. Evan made it to the hospital, his health is improving, and he began his round road to recovery. He got to meet the woman who saved him. It's a valuable reminder that what we learned today just might help change someone's life in the future.